Hello there, it's me again, RJB, and I'm back with a video featuring ProtossKing taking on Byul and Doromi. And I've recently learned that Byul is Byul. He is known as Kang Tae-wan. He is a very high-level amateur player who played in the ASL. And then there's Doromi, who is known as the, I think, ex-pro player Tinkle, who played in the Kespa era of the Brute War scene. That's like something like 2008 to 2014. And he was I think, an ex-pro player. Not quite sure, might be a semi-pro. Semi-pro is someone who has the license to become a pro, but never got chosen or picked up by a pro team. But they do have the license to get picked up by a team. Because back then in Korea, if you wanted to become a pro, you first had to qualify to become a pro, and that is by getting the pro card license. And then you become a semi-pro. It's not really a full-fledged pro, because you don't belong to a team. They make that distinction there, even though technically they're all professionals, because they have the license to be one. Alright, so Doromi here is on the Zerg. ProtossKing is of course on the Protoss, as the name implies. He's the king of all Protoss. He is the Protoss. And the word Wang also means Protoss or Emperor. He's the ProtossKing. He's the King, the King of Kings. And he's on the Protoss here. He gives 3 gateways as his opening build order. That's quite peculiar, but so Doromi is doing something quite peculiar as well, going hatchery, pool, gas in a Zerg against Protoss, which is unprecedented. This is something we only ever see when someone wants to end the game quick by being hella cheesy. Gets his 3rd hatchery up as well. He's gonna go for all-in Zerglings, I assume. He's gonna get Zergling speed after he gets enough gas for it. And he's gonna spam out Zerglings really hard, really fast, really quick. His 3rd hatchery is actually pretty damn fast. Not sure if he can really afford to spam out Zerglings yet, because he simply doesn't have the minerals to spam them out. But there is the Zergling speed. And it looks like the king hasn't yet found where Doromi is located. Finds him though. He's gonna find him very soon with this Zealot. He's got a Forester on the way, a Cybercore on the way as well, and starting with his gas at 232. Zergling spawn just in time to keep that Zealot away from harming those poor drones. Zealot is trying to get out of there. The tables have been turned. Tries to micro his way out of there, but the Zerglings are too great in number. It's going to go down very soon, sometime soon in the near future. It stays alive, because he has to kill that other Zealot first. He catches this one perfectly, surrounds it, kills it, and the other Zealots are running away from the fight. He doesn't want this fight yet. He turns around, goes back home, where he's getting a cannon, well, a forge first, of course. No cannons there yet. Gonna ball up his Zealots all around his probes to keep them safe. Whereas Doromi is still making more Zerglings. He added on 2 more drones to get a total of 10 there on the minerals. But he's mostly just making Zerglings. He's gonna try to deal some damage. And it looks like our king is not yet capable of fighting back too much. Loses a probe, gonna maybe lose 1 or 2 more, gonna lose the gateway there on the top side to the Zerglings, though now the Zealots are going in to try and stop that from happening. He wants to keep that gateway alive. Great control there from Doromi, as expected from an ex-pro player. Gets around another Zealot. Zealots are just getting picked off one by one. Gonna try to get on top of those drones once. The probe once again can't really get it. Probes get pulled just in time. The cannon is now exposed there though. ProtossKing is slipping up. He's slipping up, and his goal order is having more success than I thought it would have. Try to finish off that gateway. Gonna try to finish it off, but the control there is so on point. But he gets it in the end, but this cost him all of his Zerglings. But more Zerglings have been created here in the front. He got everything here to his choke. He's got 2 more hatches there in the back on the way. One of them is finished up, but a Sunken there on the way as well. More Zerglings are spawning and being sent into the fray. Gonna try to sneak in while those Zealots are leaving the base. There's 2 more Zealots there. He's got Till of Doom as well. He knows Zerglings are coming. Oh, he gets a surround on the Zealots in the middle, but that's a lot of Zealots. Maybe a couple too many for those Zerglings to fight into. So he pulls back around, back into the middle, and gonna try to go for a sneak in. But ProtossKing's Zealots spawn just in time. He spots it out. Cannon there in the back is finished. He can't really do too much. Maybe he can deal damage on that Citadel of Doom. Maybe he's just gonna run out and save up his units, I guess. Zealots are coming in. The Sunken there in the back is exposed to get on top of the Sunken, but the other Zealots, they're getting surrounded by Zerglings once again. Body blocks the Zealots so it can't fight back. Goes down. Sunken doesn't take too much damage. This is really solid play there from Doromi. He's achieving more than I anticipated he would. He was mostly gambling on ProtossKing going for a Nexus build order first, but he went for gateways as his opening order. So this is basically just a lot of melee units fighting against melee units, and this is going to go on for a little while longer, because both players don't have a lot of other options. Level 1 attack, they're on the way from ProtossKing. They're in the Forge, get a Nexus now as well. Nexus number 2, he's starting to realize he might need another Nexus to keep his fight going. Because he keeps losing his Zealots, he might as well just play defensive and get a lot more cannons, a lot more probes, and get the economy running, and has a very strong production ability. He's on 8 gateways now in total. Zealots, the micro there is so strong from Doromi. This is really impressive Zergling control. But in the end, the Zealots are too strong. Level 1 attack, they're also on the way. He's got Hydralisks on the way. 27 drones there in total against 28 probes, so the game is somewhat even. And he's got that Sunken there in the back, protected by another Sunken, and the Hydralisks, of course, as well. Zealots are trying to go in, but oh, more Hydras spawn at the same time as well, so they're scared back home and are forced to retreat. You got a Templar's Archive there for maybe a Storm, maybe a Dark Templar. I'm not sure how he's going to utilize that one, but at the moment he can't really afford anything with that Templar's Archive, as he's only on a single gas. Second Nexus has finished, so more probes are soon on the way. He's going to get a lot richer. Doromi is mostly making Hydralisks at the moment. He's got a Lair on the way as well. And a 6th hatchery also being morphed. No Evo Chambers yet. Not that he can afford any of those upgrades there, though. He's still... Does he have speed and range, or just speed on those Hydralisks? I didn't think... Oh, he's getting a range right now. So he has speed to micro, but no range yet. So it's going to be difficult to fight against cannons without that range upgrade. With the Zealots there on the middle getting scared away, the micro there is pretty on point. Pulls back, though he's done what he wanted to achieve. That is scare those Zealots away and confirm what's going on the middle. He goes back in. He's not done fighting here yet. It's just a dance-off right now. It's a dance-off at the moment. He pulls most of the Hydras back to his base, and he's going to split a couple of them up there to the bottom side. Got a Mind Controller on the way. Why is he going for Mind Control here? This seems like a really bad choice to spend his gas on so early into the match when he's so low on gas in total. Maybe he wanted to get Storm, because he does have Templars there ready to go, but maybe it's a misclick, maybe it was intentional. A lot of Zealots are on the middle there, though. He's got the 70 supply lead over Doromi. Doromi's pulling back to his base. A lot of Zealots are on the chase. Level 2 attack there is on the way. This looks pretty dangerous for Doromi, but there's so many Sunkens here that he's going to nestle behind. It's a nice functional wall for those Zealots to stand behind and make it impossible for those Zealots to attack. Hydras there got caught out, though. They got snuffed out, and he's running away. He's maybe going to try to get lurkers with these. Not sure how he's going to get those back into his base with all those Zealots there in between. He's going to try, though. He's going to try to sneak them back in, but so many Zealots there in between. He's going to keep dancing around and around. Going to keep running back and forth. Hopefully get himself a nice lurker morph at some point. Or maybe just gonna scout and kill some Templars. Does he get Templar? Templar doesn't go down. It stays alive there with 1 hit remaining. He goes in for the attack there, but there's more Sunkens this time around than last time. So he turns around, turns tail, and once again stands inside the choke there, and he's gonna wait for more Zealots to join the fray, and for Storm to finish as well. So he finished his Mind Control. Now he's getting Storm, or maybe he cancelled Mind Control. Not too sure what happened there, but he's getting Storm now instead. Bull's getting through range. He's getting pretty much just a Gateway Mass, as he should. If the Zerg does this, you get a Gateway Mass. That is the best option to go for. Doromi's got a Spire Finisher in the back. He's getting Mutalisks, which is a great switch-up, but there is Templars and there are Dragoons, so maybe the switch-up is not that great, but it might be better than going for just Hydralisks, even though Hydralisks themselves are much cheaper and you can more easily mass produce them than the Mutalisks, because the Mutalisks just take up too much gas. I ran out of air there. I ran out of air. Alright, so he has a lot of Mutalisks there ready to fight. We have no Archons, no Maelstrom, no Dark Archons, but we do have a lot of Dragoons finishing up. He's almost maxed out. Doromi is catching up, now 45 drones. He turned a lot of drones into Sunkens. And he's putting more of them into Extractors and onto the gas. I'm not sure how many Mutalisks he has, but he's got a pretty significant ball of them here ready to go in for a fight. It looks to be about 12 plus maybe 6 in total, like 18. Might go for 20. He's going to try to go for a Mutalisk bomb there onto the Nexus. We have a Dark Archon there, but no Maelstrom. He's getting Maelstrom though. He's getting Maelstrom specifically to take care of those Mutalisks. The Mutalisks arrive a little bit too early. They arrive on the scene before he is prepared to deal with them. Cannons are still being warped in. Going for the cannons first. Maybe the King is going to go for an attack while those Mutalisks are attacking him. But there's Lurkers here and he's got no detection, so there's not much of an option. Doromi are going to take down the Nexus. ProtossKing is not prepared for this one. He's got a Dark Archon there, but no energy for a Maelstrom. He's got Templars on the wrong side of the map. And yeah, the Nexus goes down. He's going to try to go for Nexus number 2. Doromi is giving the King a schooling. He's teaching him about something. Storm's coming down there. Avoid storming on his own probe. He's going to try to fly a little bit closer. The Nexus stays alive with the least HP you can possibly imagine. 20 HP remaining. ProtossKing has survived, but nope, the Nexus is going to go down with this next 2. And yeah, there goes the Nexus, and there's currently no Nexus alive for ProtossKing. He is in a lot of trouble. More trouble than he's comfortable with. More trouble than I'm comfortable with, but this is pretty much the worst case scenario for a Protoss. The King got exposed. He's got robots there on the way in the middle, but he's got no gas at the moment. He's got nothing, actually. He's got nothing of anything. He's almost maxed out, though. That's something he's got going for him. There's an observer on the way there as well at the proxy base there on the middle. Well, actually, back at home. He needs that observer to take care of those lurkers. A lot of... Doromi is just mass-producing now. He's just mass-producing Mutalisks. He's got a Hive. He's got a Great Spiral on the way as well. A lot of lurkers, a lot of Sunkens. 51 drones. Not a very high amount, but it's high enough to finance all the things he's currently doing. One Mutalisk there, maybe it is rallied, maybe he sent it there to scout ahead or to see what's going on. The Stormer up there prepared there with his shuttle. Shuttle might actually be able to go in, it might not be able to hit the home base. Is he gonna go for another Mutalisk bomb, or is he waiting for the Great Aspire to finish? He's a little bit low on gas, a little bit low on minerals as well, actually, a little bit low on both. Only on 48 drones. That's a very small number of drones. We'll try to clear out the sides there to save his overlords from getting harassed to death by the dragoons. Drop there comes in for the bottom side. This might be a very dangerous situation here because he's running away. He's running away just in time. Loses 3 or 4 or 5 of his drones. He's got 4 to 3 left alive. That could have gone a lot worse, because if he got hit by a Stormtrap right there and then, ProtossKing would have had a pretty good shot at breaking through over time. Because ProtossKing's economy would be better if Doromi's drones were all dead. And it takes a long time to recover when you have only 1,000 minerals in the bank, when trying to recover your economy and you have no drones on the minerals at all. Whereas the opponent, even though he's long distance mining there because he only has a Nexus from a distance, he would still be richer and have a pretty good income. Tries to go in with 2 shuttles there at the same time. One shuttle gets taken down, one shuttle turns around, he goes in for a fight there in the front, another shuttle there coming into the bottom side, which is completely unintercepted. Runs away there with the drone show just in time, but he's still low on minerals. He's low on minerals. The Templar can't even storm. He's a little bit too far away while he's trying to break through into the middle here with support from the lurkers, pulling those Zealots into the fight. The Zealots are not really equipped to deal with this. Oh, Templar reloads. Templar is going to storm. He hits the storm, kills about 10 or so drones, only 37 of them left, of which most are on the gas. I actually think he only has about 20 drones on the minerals, which is a stupidly low amount. If he only had more drones, if he only had more money... Oh wow, this is beautiful. Beautiful. That is beautiful. That looks really good, really cool. Sadly, he didn't have enough units to take this all down while they were in the Maelstrom. The Maelstrom itself is really cute. It's really nice to look at. Still, the Guardians there spell trouble, and so these lurkers are in the proxy robo-base on the middle. They spell trouble as everything is being taken down, but Doromi, being so broke, so poor, so low on drones, actually can't make another army. He can't make another army. So, yeah, as I said before, having too few drones can really drain your ability to keep up the pace. He's making more though. He's making a lot more. He's making another 16. He's realizing that he needs a lot more drones to keep up the pace and keep up the pressure onto ProtossKing, because the King is, I don't want to say comfortable, he's still in a defensive role, still there with only 57 probes. He's not in great condition. Goes in with another storm drop there. Drones are running away just in time once again. The storm comes out late. The Templar is clipping into the drones on the gas, which delayed the storm, takes down the shuttle just in time. Another Zealot there unloaded. The Templar couldn't unload. And the second Templar in there. Lurkers are in the choke, being annoying as hell. But they go a little bit too close, and they do take some heavy fire. So he built himself a proxy base that he's now starting to mine gas from, because he needs more gas. He needs more probes on the minerals as well. Model drop there comes in from the bottom side. Doromi not really protecting his drones that well. He's relying on pulling his drones to safety. Gets stormed. Loses a lot of his drones. Not all of them though. Well, a lot of them actually. Down from 65 to 30. That's a big hit. Doromi really should place something here in between, which he's doing. He's got Scorches there on position to intercept more shuttles coming in from the bottom side there. But still, that wasn't really played that well. He played everything else really well, but he played it on such a low economy and such a risky playstyle where he didn't have anything to intercept those shuttle drops. So now the game is at somewhat of a stalemate for now. Neither player can really do much, because both players are struggling for money. ProtossKing is still recovering his probe count, still recovering his money, his economy, his income. Tries to go from the front there. He's feeling that this is his moment to hit and strike, as Doromi lost a lot of drones about 3 times in a row, and is pretty broke. As a small army, he's got half the supply, but it looks like ProtossKing doesn't believe in his ability to push for a win just yet. This is a pretty good cover zone. Shield there comes from the bottom side. Scorches are ready to intercept. He intercepts it. Templar there unloads. Templar can't get close to the drones, and it gets taken down by a single Zergling. Storm them some eggs to at least get something. Another shuttle there comes in on the bottom side. Flies right around the Scorches. Drones, the Scorches don't hit in time. Drones are running away. Once again, gets a beautiful storm. And looks like Doromi again is back to 35 drones. Those single shuttle draws that ProtossKing is sending in, somehow maneuvering around the Scorches, somehow maneuvering and finding those openings to get in on the drones, has been paying off. He should have been dead long ago with losing both of his Nexi, but he's keeping Doromi in check for now. Doromi is not allowed to finish the game. He's not allowed to kill the King. The King is hanging on there. The King is persevering. But for how long can he persevere? As I said before, he's still only on 67 probes. He's not that rich. His production ability is not that great. He has a lot of gateways here though, a lot of robots as well. He has an army ready to use, but he isn't really using it that well. He's throwing away some of his zealots. He's going there for the attack now. The goons are coming in, marching forward. Observer there to attack the lurkers. Gonna push forward, but Guardians coming in from the backside there. Guardians dodging the storm. Oh, you see a Chinese message there on the top side there, which is a bug. It's a fail coding from Blizzard, and sometimes you get the Chinese message, which tells you that you've been playing for way too long, and it's about time you stop playing. All Chinese players on Starcraft get this message. It's mandated by the government. don't play or getting too long. More shuttles coming in there as we're looking at it. He splits up his scorches, gets all of the shuttles in time. Beautifully coordinated, beautifully controlled. Still only on 47 drones there though. He's not very rich and he's not planning on making more. He's just focusing on his army. Not sure why Doromi is playing this on such a small number of drones. He's really limiting himself way too much. He needs 30 more drones. He's broke by his own choice. Not because he's forced into it by ProtossKing, but because he's simply not making drones. His army, though, is massive. That's for sure. His army is massive. And is growing bigger and bigger as we speak. More Guardians, more Mulisks, more Lurkers, more Devourers, more Hydralisks and Zerglings as well. His upgrades are, I believe, also not too far advanced, because as I've been talking about all game, he's broke. He can't afford those upgrades. He goes in. Drop comes in as well. Drop flies into Scorches. Scorches take down the shuttles there with ease. No Templars are loading at the scene. Gonna break out through the choke as well. ProtossKing is not prepared for this one. He does have a little bit more money coming into the bank, but he's really not prepared for this. He's really not prepared for this. I think that ProtossKing just lost all the steam he had going. He lost the wind in his sails. Wait, he got stormed again? Oh dear God. He got through. A shuttle got through. Somehow ProtossKing managed to land another hit, and Doromi is once again forced to retreat, lick his wounds, and recover his drone count. Hopefully, although there's no reason to believe, hopefully he is going to go for about 70 this time. Another storm drop there comes in, hits again. Oh, yeah, that's a really bad one. That's a really bad hit. 28 minerals remaining. Doromi is getting decimated. If only he had some Hydralisks in between, like right here on this pathway, maybe he could keep those drones alive a little bit better. Or maybe if he had Lurkers here in the back. But he doesn't have Lurkers in the back, he's got them in the front. Inside the Overlords. That aside, though, he's going to try to finish this up with an Overlord drop while he's trying to open up a pathway with those Guardians. But the Guardians are getting stormed to death really quickly, really easily. And because he's so broke, he can't really reproduce his army. He's picking up more units. His Overlord drop is his last-ditch effort. His last opportunity. His last... the last straw, so to speak. He comes in, Dragoons are intercepting, Templars are there as well to storm the Overlord, but Templars are not storming, he's pulling back his shuttles there, back to his main to unload them, Probes are running away to keep them alive. Reavers are here, he's got a Reavers, a lot of Lurkers are unloading there though, he's going to kill a lot of stuff there. The Reavers are going to kill the Lurkers first though. There's Dark Swarms as well, but the Dark Swarms don't really do too much against the Reavers. So this Reaver there is... yeah, this is... there's no detection. There's no detection there in the back, but he has a proxy base to start mining from. So he's pulling back to his base a little bit prematurely. What is he doing? Why did he pull his probe back? One of his Lurkers underneath here, killing... Alright. ProtossKing, you deserve to lose your drones there, your probes there. There were still 2 Lurkers there. Why did you do it? Why did you pull back those probes? You just lost about 20 of them. For no reason at all. You had another base here. You could have just mined from here. Send them to the proxy base. And keep those probes safe. But he goes in. He goes in. Shuttle drop there, ready to storm. Drones are not running. Oh, Doromi. No, 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 no. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. He's got 6 drones, 600 minerals, pretty much nothing left to defend with. He's got no army. You got a lot of Sunkens there, though. He's in a pretty bad spot. Not sure why Doromi's anti-drop is so bad. His anti-drop is really, really bad. Nothing else I can say about it. His attacks have been great. His micros control, his multitasking has been great. But honestly, his anti-drop... oh, it's not been too great. It's not been too great. He's pretty much just broke. From start to... oh no! The final storm drop! 3 storms are killing everything! He's got 2 drones left! Now he's got 5! He's got 73 minerals! Is the king going to win this one? Is ProtossKing going to win this? Another triple drop there coming in from the bottom side. He's rapid firing. Oh, he's unloading inside the base. He's going to try to push there from the bottom corner with the Reavers. We've got some of them mules coming in to save the day here, but he's going to pick up some dragoons really quick and send them over the hill to kill those mulisks. And Doromi is just falling flat on his face. Just falling flat on his face. Shoulder comes in once again for the bottom side. More Reavers are loading on the scene. He's got dragoons, Reavers, everything that can kill whatever Doromi has. And Doromi now, 37 supply, taps out, calls GG. He is done. Not a pretty game. A game with a lot of mistakes. But ProtossKing deserved that one. If Doromi keeps messing up, screwing up like that, then he deserves to lose. That's just the bottom line. And that's just the bottom line. That is the truth. So for game number 2, we're going for ProtossKing King. There's 2 kings in there against Byul on the name Tanke. K stands for Korea. It's the Korea clan. The Korean fastest clan for all the Korean Gosus. So let's see if ProtossKing can beat him, or if our ProtossKing is going to succumb to the strength of Tang. What's going to happen? Tang, or let's call him Byul, on the pale blue Terran, and ProtossKing, they're on the pink Protoss. On the 5 o'clock spawn location against a 9 o'clock spawn location. Byul is a really good Terran player. He qualified for the ASL on Terran. So we know his multitasking, his micro, his speed, and his game sense and knowledge are all on point. He is pretty much on the level of a pro player. Otherwise, he wouldn't qualify for the ASL. That's a given. But how well do his skills translate to fastest? We've seen him before in the past. We've seen him in a Hamburger Sasu tournament where he beat Lee Bak-gu on Zerg against Protoss. Lee Bak-gu. He beat Lee Bak-gu in Zerg versus Protoss, which goes to say and tells a tale that Byul knows what he's doing. But that's just one game. Maybe we're gonna see something else this time. But I have high expectations. I have high expectations, high hopes of both these players, actually. I have higher... Well, actually last game, ProtossKing got tossed around and toyed with in the first 10 minutes. He made a comeback though. He stayed calm, stayed collected, kept his head on his shoulders, didn't do anything stupid that cost him the game in the end. He won the game. But mostly because Doromi handed it to him. Doromi allowed it to happen. Will Byul allow it to happen? Yeah, triple barracks there from Byul. Went for 8 barracks, depot, 9 barracks number 2, barracks number 3, and another depot, and depot number 3 there as well. No gas yet, no academy yet, just Marines to keep himself safe from harm. One Zealot there coming in against 2 Marines. Marines are all over the map scouting. We've got more Marines are on the way to kill that Zealot. Zealot turns around. He doesn't want the peace of that fight. Some pretty great Zealot control to stop that SV from getting in, but SV gets in nonetheless. It's time to gather some information. Although, the fact that the choke is already coming up there in the front, of course means Byul kind of knows what's going on. He knows it's a +1 nexus, he knows there's a cybercore, he knows there's gas, he knows there's only a single gateway. He already knows those things. He's just going in to confirm that ProtossKing is not doing any weird things that he wouldn't be expecting and would be unprepared for. So double command center on the way for Byul. Gas now being added on as well. Discontinued marine production as usual. You get command center number 2, command center number 3, You have gas number 2, gas number 1, and then you continue producing Marines. Academy also on the way. He's going to get stim, medics, and range. And of course, once he can afford it, he gets a factory as well. And that is the one thing you really do need in Terran against Protoss. So a Citadel of a Dune and a Templar's Archive on the way there for ProtossKing. He's trying to cheese his way into a victory with Dark Templars. And he's got a Robo on the way as well. So he might try to get those Dark Templars into the front. He might get them in with shuttles. Engineering bay they're on. Wait, no engineering bay on the way from Byul yet. He's getting a factory first. I don't think he saw the Templar's archive. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But there's no engineering bay on the way yet. He's getting medics. He's going to try to break through that cannon wall. Although he doesn't have the required units to do it. So alternatively, he's going to stand there in the front and put some psychological pressure onto our king, the ProtossKing. Getting double scans, no engineering bay there anywhere to be seen yet. Dark Templars are on the way from ProtossKing, and a shuttle is on the way as well. Support bay also finished, no shuttle speed there on the way yet. Can't afford it yet. And we have 4 gateways. 4 gateways in total. Robo number 2 also on the way, and Nexus number 3 being added on there. He wants to get that economy all finished up by 8 minutes. Okay. Marines still running back and forth. He's waiting for that shuttle to leave the base. That's basically why most of these players keep their Marines on the middle. They want to catch that shuttle. They want to see it leave. They want to be prepared. They want to know what to do. And in the case you see a shuttle flying out of the base, you can intercept it with the Marines. The shuttle there gets spotted out by a Marine. Marine stims in. Marine tries to kill it by himself, but of course a single shuttle is too strong for a single Marine to kill. And there's 3 Dark Templars in there. Marines are returning back to home. There's no turrets anywhere in the base. No turrets at all. Not a single one. He does have double scan. He's got energy on the scans as well. About 100 each. So he should be fine here. Dark Templars unloaded. Scans goes in. Dark Templars are going for the fight. Going to try to run away, but they're getting surrounded, getting flanked by even more. Second scan comes in as well. Last Dark Templar is still alive, but it walks into a turret and gets taken down. Byul had no trouble whatsoever taking care of those pesky, annoying Dark Templars. Got double factory, Starport on the top side, and he's getting a choke now as well. Marines are going back into the middle. Marines are going back into the middle with the hopes of sniping more shuttles. I kind of like what Byul's doing. He's being very proactive with his Marines, hoping to take those shuttles down as they leave the base. I like it. Most players use raids for that purpose. They fly around back and forth, getting information, trying to snipe the shuttles. He's using his Marines instead. Now, of course, it does mean he has less protection inside of his own base. There's less to protect and stay alive with. But as long as those Marines get results, it doesn't really matter that he has less units in his base. All that matters is getting results. But the Marines, though, are on the wrong side. They are on the wrong side of the map, as the shuttles leave over the top side. They're going to fly in from the north, and there's a lot of open space here. A lot of open space for ProtossKing to fly in from. You're back at home, he's got a lot of upgrades on the way. He's got level 1 weapon? Level 1 weapon? Level 1 weapon, level 1 shields, air armor, air weapons. He's probably going to go for carriers in the near future. Drop there being loaded up, being locked up. He's waiting. He's waiting. Wants to go in with 2 drops at the same time. And the Marines are in the exact wrong position because he's going to fly in over this spot right here. Is he? He goes in with 1 drop. Shuttles are getting detected. Going to try to snipe it out of the air. Snipes. Ooh, he stays alive. Both shuttles stay alive. Not sure how. Comes in from the bottom side there though, while Byul is distracted. Byul comes in. Nothing in between to intercept. He's running away. He's pulling his workers. Templars are ready to storm. He doesn't have storm. How many times have we seen that one? How many times have we seen that one? Alright. Byul didn't deserve to keep his SVs alive, but if the opponent doesn't have Storm, he's kind of earned it. By the virtue of his opponent not having earned the kill. It's his own fault. It's his own terrible fault. That game could have been over right there and then. Well, assumedly. But yeah. ProtossKing fucks up once again. Tank drop comes in, only a single cannon there on the top side. Gonna unload the tanks. Tanks are gonna be ready to shoot on the Pro. Pro running away. He sieges up, gets how many kills? He gets 14, he gets 19. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good hit. I think he got 19 and 10, about 29 in total. That didn't hit as hard as it could have. And with the triple nexus, he should have those probes back pretty soon, but getting slowed down in the PvT as the Protoss, it always puts you on edge. It always puts pressure on you. It always puts a target on your back. It never is comfortable. Because now, it becomes a race against the clock that you are already behind in. He's already behind on schedule. Oh, as if he's running away just in time, dodging all the storms. Another storm up there coming in for the bottom side there. This one has a lot more units in it. Oh, the SVs are back on the minerals. SVs are running away once again. He's unloading a lot of units here on the scene. He's got 5, 6, 7, 10 Templars in total. He's storming every single little bit of service area. Kills everything that he can. Storms everywhere. Everywhere. And yeah, that was a great storm. Kills about, I think, 30 SCVs. Maybe a little bit less, somewhere in between 56 and 66, but still a pretty damn good hit. Yeah, the 10 Templar Storm. Nobody expects the 10 Templar Storm. That was a great one. That was a great one from King. He earned that one. Even after his little mishap from a little bit earlier, he deserved to hit that one. I mean, if you got 10 Templars, you can't possibly miss. You can't possibly miss. Just saying, you can't possibly miss. You got level 2 air weapon and armor on the way. No level 2 shields yet. You got level 1 armor on the ground on the way, and level 2 weapon on the way for ground. He's got 2 fortress triple cybercore. Really? Triple cybercore. Really? Really, ProtossKing? Triple cybercore? I'm just gonna screenshot this. This is hilarious. Triple cybercore. Alright. I mean, it happens to everyone. I made 2 Templar archives a little while ago myself, and it's kind of shameful. It's kind of like, oops, what did I do right there? Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. So yeah, Byul is recovering, back on 59 SCVs because he has 4 command centers, and he has a pretty healthy amount of units. ProtossKing is trying to finish this off with drops. He's got a lot of drops flying across the map everywhere. On the top side, on the bottom side, goes for the bottom side, pulls the attention from Byul towards the bottom drop. The shuttles, though, are getting pretty close. He's got a Templar there on the scene. Templar Storm. Templar hits about 10 of those SCVs. Oh no! He got a second storm off and killed another. He killed? I think he almost killed 20. Drop number 2 comes from the top side. SCVs are not yet running away. SCVs are running away. He's got triple storm there. Once again, kills another 10. So in total, gets about 30 SCVs again. Again! Byul is not having a great day. Storm drops coming from all directions, and pretty much all of them are hitting the money. All of them are on the mark. Got more Corsairs on the way? Why Corsairs, you might ask? I don't exactly know. Reason number 1 could be, of course, he wants to escort those shuttle drops into the base. But you don't need that many Corsairs for it. He's getting Disruption Web as well. Maybe that's why he's getting so many Corsairs. He wants to be stylish. He wants to end it in style by using Disruption Web everywhere he can. It looks cool, looks pretty, looks awesome. Is it always effective? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if the cost efficiency is always that high, but it looks damn cool. And that's what we care about. Does it look cool? The same recipe from before, 2 drops at the same time, one for the bottom side to distract and draw units away. And after this one is done, the top drop comes in as well. Storms gets a couple good kills there, gets a couple good kills. Does he have more Templars? Templars are going to Storm once again, and missing more. Oh, he gets 20 again. Another 20 dead. And now comes drop on the top side. He's got a lot of 6 Templars. This guy's a madman. As these are running away though, they're too far away from the storm, so just gonna storm on everything else. Let's storm the remaining. Oh, he gets another 10. He gets another 10. Ouch. Does he still have something in there? They're empty. Next up on the hill there, to be annoying, to be cute. When he has a storm, he takes down a pretty good chunk of their health. Picks up some zealots, gonna... Oh, it's a Templar. Kills it. It was annoying, but not really... didn't really achieve something. We got more carriers on the way from ProtossKing. He's pretty much on fire this time around. He's not falling flat on his face like he did the last game. He recovered, but he still got owned in the early phases. Alright. He's getting cannons in the front. He's attacking the choke, goes in with shuttles. Shuttles are getting intercepted by Marines, but they're unloading. Zealots are on top of the Marines, and tanks are killing the Marines. It's just Zealots. It's just Zealots this time. But he didn't get any SCVs, but at least he interrupted the mining process, and he killed some Marines with the splash damage from the Zealots, getting shot on by the tanks. It's something. It's not a lot, but it keeps up the idea of pressure. It keeps the Terran on edge. It keeps them uncomfortable. So a big shuttle drop there. Gonna probably fly in over the bottom side. He keeps going for this hole here. These 2 holes, the one on the bottom side, one on the top side. He keeps going in from those 2 directions. Tanks up on the hill are stopping the cannons on the middle. Some zealots walking across the middle to sacrifice their life to maybe kill the depot, maybe do nothing. Drop comes in at the same time. Marines are going in. Marines are stimming in. He's unloading. Once again, so many storms. And yeah, he gets, I think, about 10 SCVs in total. A pretty good SCV pool. His supply, though, is still pretty damn low. It's on 115 against 160, 170, 180. Soon 190. So he's got a pretty good amount of carriers. ProtossKing is pretty on point. Strong drops, switch over into carriers, has a healthy amount of gateways, has triple cybercore, 1, 2, 3, has maxed out air upgrades, almost has maxed out air armor, level 3 weapon and shield are both still on the way. He's also getting ground upgrades at the same time. He's not neglecting those ground upgrades. 1, 2, 2, soon to be 1 or 2, 3, 3. Somewhere in between. So carriers gonna hit the front. And the carriers are gonna draw attention. Wait, the shuttle's going first. Shuttle's going first. You're not waiting for the carriers. This is a mistake. Snipes 1 shuttle. Shuttle staying alive. The armor upgrades for air are keeping the shuttles alive. 2 Templars on the scene, storms on Marines, storms on SCVs, but SCVs are running away to safety. Gonna pick up one of those Templars, keep it alive to be annoying and buy himself some time. SCVs are going back to the minerals. He's maybe gonna... Yeah, he kills the shuttles. Kills the shuttles. He's safe for now. But the carriers, though, the carriers spell trouble. They are very well upgraded, almost maxed out on upgrades. The Marines are on level 3 attack, which is pretty damn strong, but they have no armor. They should be able to kill interceptors pretty easily, but the number of Marines is so significantly low that the carriers don't really care. The bunkers, though. The bunkers are pretty strong and helpful. Marines go down pretty quick. Corsairs are waiting for energy to use Disruption Web. Drop comes in from the top side. Drop comes in from the top side. He's sending everything at the same time. Templar unloads. Templar gets shut down. Templar on the 2 unloads as well. Templar storm. Templar kills everything. Down from 70 to 28 SCVs. Byul is just being spread too thin. He's forced to focus on the front, on the Corsairs, on shell drops. He's forced to micro. He's forced to produce. He's forced to do everything at the same time on so many different locations and so many different aspects of the game that he simply can't keep up. ProtossKing is redeeming himself from game number 1. I mean, he still won game number 1, but it wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't a pretty game. Oh, another drop comes in. This time it's mostly Zealot. There's Ghosts there. Ghosts are pretty great with lockdown on shuttles. That's why they get them most of the time. To lock down those shuttles, but they also deal pretty great damage against shuttles. So you can snipe them as well. They have more range than Marines. Yeah, they're mostly there for lockdown. Getting Ghost armor as... getting Ghost energy as well. Another shuttle drop there comes in. 1 lockdown, 2 lockdown, triple lockdown. Lockdown's a carrier as well. Great lockdowns. Let's hope he can at least kill one of those carriers. At least he prevented the drop, which is most important. Gonna try to take down that one carrier there. Yes, almost. He's got pretty good upgrades despite losing his money and his SCVs time and time over and over. His upgrades are pretty good. Getting armor now for Marines as well. Looks like King is just mostly producing mass Zealots instead of going for more carriers. Goes in from the front. The frontal attack doesn't do much, but the attack on the bottom side has gotten some results. Killed a lot of turrets there, but mostly lost most of his carriers. So more carriers are under production there back at home. Open up a path for the shuttle drops there though by killing the turrets. This one's gonna come in, splits it up. Templars are loading. 4, 5, 6, 7 Templars storms every single little bit of service area, and everything is dead and gone. Everything is dead and gone. That's the final game. ProtossKing beats both Byul and Doromi. The first game, not sure if it was well earned. He didn't, well, he fought hard for it. He stayed alive, so I guess you could say I've been giving him some shit over the first game because it wasn't a pretty game. But I mean, he still won the game. Maybe not because he... Well, I'm just gonna leave that behind me. I'm giving him too much shit. He earned it, he deserves it, he got the win. Game number 2 though, this was a pretty damn good PvT. Really well played. A lot of storms, just look at how many Templars he's got. 1 goes down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think one of them went down here as well, number 8 there went down. So yeah, 8 Templars with those drops. How do you keep your SCVs alive if there are so many Templars storming everywhere, every little service area? How do you keep your SCVs alive? Well, you send them this direction, of course. You send them here. You don't send them here. You don't send them here. You send them to this gas here on the top side, or the minerals. But that isn't a surefire guarantee either. Nonetheless, King, ProtossKing, you have redeemed yourself. You earned it. So thanks for watching. This was RGB for RGB TV. Hope you enjoyed the different names that I usually don't select or pick for a video. I just feel that I should diversify a little bit more. And I know that a lot of these players are very good players. Their matches, as evident from the first one, aren't always going to be pretty. But they're pretty damn good. Not always beautiful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.